Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. We are from Group 5 and today we will be presenting Case Study 5 Ah Kim.
Kim is a wood cutting machine operator who works at Teguh Sawmill SDN BHD in Durian Tunggal, Melaka. He is 32 years old, single and a very skillful worker based on his experience working in the factory since he was 18 years old. On August 10, 2017, Kim worked as usual. After turning on the wood cutting machine switch, he continued to load large size logs to cut into the machine. After a while, as he was inserting the logs, suddenly the loaded logs slipped on the machine and almost fell to the ground. Kim quickly reached out to hold the wood from dropping to the floor. Unfortunately, his right hand passed the wood and slipped toward the wood cutting machine that was still operating. In the blink of an eye, he felt pain in his right wrist, but it was too late when he realized that all fingers up to his wrist had been cut off by the machine. He was rushed to the hospital and received hospital treatment for 40 days.
Hi, my name is MAZIATUL AQILAH binti MOHAMMED NIZAN. My number ID is 2023-851876. For question 1, the scheme that applies to Kim under the Employees Social Security Act 1969 is the Employment Injury Insurance Scheme or EIIS. This scheme protects employees who experience injuries arising out of and in the course of their employment. In this case, Kim's accident happened during working hours while he was operating the wood cutting machine as part of his job. His fingers were severed because he tried to prevent the slipping logs, which shows that the injury was directly caused by his work duties. Therefore, the incident clearly qualifies as an employment injury, and Kim is fully covered under the Employment Injury Insurance Scheme and entitled to social benefits from workplace accidents.
Next, I will continue the second question. Hi, my name is AQILAH binti SUMAN and my student ID is 2023-4594 and 84. The second question is, discuss the benefits Kim entitled to receive under relevant social security provision in Malaysia. The benefits Kim is entitled to receive under relevant social security provision in Malaysia are employment injury schemes. In this case, the injury suffered by Kim is clearly an employment injury because it occurs while he was performing his normal duties at the sawmill. Therefore, he is entitled to receive medical benefit and temporary disablement benefit under SOCSO's Employment Injury Scheme. Through the medical benefit, all costs related to his treatment are fully covered, including emergency care, surgery, hospitalization for 40 days, medication, follow-up treatment, and any rehabilitation or prosthetic equipment he may need due to the amputation of his right hand up to the wrist. This ensures he receives complete medical support without financial burden. In addition, Kim is also eligible for the temporary disablement benefit because he was unable to work during his recovery period. So will pay him a daily allowance of 80% of his average wages for every day he is on certified medical leave. This benefit helps replace his lost income and provides financial stability while he undergoes treatment and healing.
Hi, my name is NURIN binti MOHAMMED. My student ID 2023-459692. Thank you to AQILAH binti SUMAN for the previous presentation. I will continue with 2 points. Firstly, under the rehabilitation benefit, Kim will receive support to help him recover after the amputations of all his fingers on his right hand. There are 2 main parts to this benefit. The first one, physical rehabilitation. He will receive physiotherapy and functional treatments to strengthen his arm, improve mobility, and help him adapt to using only one hand. Second point is vocational and assistive support. He is also entitled to prosthetic or orthotic devices to assist with daily tasks, and SOCSO may provide vocational retraining if he can no longer work as a machine operator. The second benefit is the Return to Work program, which help injured workers safely return to their employment. This program also includes 2 main support. The first one is case management and workplace adjustment. The SOCSO case manager will guide his recovery, coordinate his treatment, and help modify his workplace or tools if he returns to his original job. The second main part, re-employment and psychosocial support. If he cannot return to his previous work, SOCSO will assist him in finding a suitable new job and will also provide counseling to help him cope emotionally with the permanent loss of his hand.
Hi, my name is MIRWAN binti SHAMSHI. My student ID is 20234788936, and I'm going to continue with the third questions. First, the qualifying conditions is employment and mandatory coverage status. Firstly, an AQIM must fulfill the basic requirement of being an insured person under the Employees Social Security Act 1969. So this means he must fall under the legal definitions of an employee, which he clearly does as a wood cutting machine operator working for wages at the sawmills in BINTI. In addition, his employer must be legally required to register with SOCSO and contribute monthly under the Employment Injury Scheme. This is compulsory for all employers with one or more employees. Since AQIM is 32 years old and within the valid working age limit, and he is not exempted by any special categories such as being a civil servant, he meets the mandatory coverage conditions. The second qualifying condition is causations and definitions of employment injury. So the injury must qualify as an employment injury under the Act. This requires that the accident arise out of and in the course of employment. In AQIM's case, the accident occurred while he was performing his normal duty of inserting logs into the wood cutting machines during working hours. So the cause of the accident was directly related to his work task. When he attempted to stop the wood from falling, his hand accidentally slipped into the operating machines. So this demonstrates a clear and direct connection between the nature of his work and the injury. Therefore, the accident fully satisfied the causation's requirement of being an employment injury.
Hello everyone, I'm ADLINA ABDIN, student ID 2023870494. Now I will proceed to the next qualifying condition for an AQIM to get SOCSO benefit. The third qualifying condition is reporting medical certification and formal claim submission. Once the first two conditions are met, the procedure requirements must be strictly followed to initiate and process the claim. First, immediate notification and reporting. The accident must be reported immediately. An AQIM must notify his employer, and the employer bears the legal responsibility to report the accident to the nearest SOCSO office using the prescribed form such as Borang 34 within 40 hours of receiving the notes. Second, medical treatment and certification. An AQIM was rushed to the hospital and received hospital treatment for 40 days. This established the immediate medical record. For the claim to be processed, the nature and extent of the injury, which amputation of all fingers up to the wrist, must be formally certified by a SOCSO-approved medical board of specialists, which is crucial for assessing his future permanent disablement benefit, PDB. Third, claim submission. A formal claim for the relevant benefits such as temporary disablement benefit for the 40 days of leave and PDB must be submitted to SOCSO with all supporting documents including the accident report, original medical reports and identity documents.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MIRWAN binti ABDIRAHIM. My metric number is 2020643842. For question number 4, we explain the protection available for an AQIM under the Employment Act 1955. First, he is protected from unlawful dismissal under Section 14. This means the employer cannot terminate him just because he suffered a workplace injury. Any dismissal must follow a proper procedures. Second, under Section 60F, an AQIM is entitled to paid hospitalization leave. Since he was hospitalized for 40 days, the employer must grant paid leave because the Act allows up to 60 days of hospitalization leave per year. Third, the employer must also provide medical treatment. For workplace-related injuries, the employer is responsible for recovering the medical expenses at a registered clinic or hospital. Fourth, his wages are protected under the Act. The employer must pay his wages on time and cannot make unlawful deduction while he is recovering. Fifth, his employment contract remains valid during the recovery period. The employer cannot automatically terminate the contract because he is temporarily unable to work. Lastly, if an AQIM later becomes permanently unfit for his job, he is entitled to termination or retrenchment benefits, including the notice pay in accordance with the Act. In summary, the Employment Act 1955 ensures fair treatment, job security and financial protection for Ng Ah Kim while he recovered from his workplace accident.